Hi everyone, and welcome to the beautiful month of August. This is a very special month to me because this was the month a year ago that I decided I couldn't wait any longer. I knew that I had the gift of writing and I wasn't using it, so I decided I just had to start something. It's been on my mind for a long time, but I was waiting for everything to be perfect, and I realized the longer I waited, the longer time was going. Like, time waits for nobody. I had like this big ideas in my mind of how I wanted things to be, but unfortunately I did not have enough resources to carry it out. And the same thing goes for the vlog. I just knew that I had to start because even though I didn't have like the right equipment per se, as you can see, my camera is not the best and I don't have the best of quality, but I just knew I had to get started. And I think it's very important for me to say this because there are people out there with very big dreams and visions and goals for their lives, and they're waiting for like the perfect opportunity and everything. And I just want to say to you, the longer you wait, time is going. Just get started, just do it. You have to start from somewhere. The scripture says, do not despise humble beginnings, but the most important thing for you to do is to get started. And the scripture also says, if you're not faithful in the little things that God has given you to manage, how do you intend to manage the bigger stuff? So you have to start from somewhere. You have to start from a little place, and from there you grow yourself and you cultivate yourself and you grow little by little. So I'm just getting started, and I'm just excited that I finally got started, and this is only the beginning. More bigger and greater and better things to come. And I just want to say a big thank you to you all that have been there for me from the beginning, reading my blog, watching my vlogs, commenting, subscribing, liking, and suggesting ideas and everything. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so very much. And for those of you that are just perhaps watching for the first time, I want to say a big thank you to you all, and welcome to the month of August. So I'm very excited also to announce that I am adding another category to the blog called spirituality, and this is also something that has been on my mind for quite a while as well, because I feel like there are topics and issues that I want to discuss that all the categories does not necessarily make room for. And I'm very happy because I have begun to own my own in the area of relationships. When I started the blog, I didn't know what to write about per se. There were a lot of different topics on my mind, a lot of different issues, and if you visit my blog you would see that there is different categories. I have race and identity. I think I have something related to culture, Africa, and then relationships, but I'm beginning to own my own in the area of relationships because that is really my foremost passion. So spirituality is coming in because it is also a very huge part of my life personally, and I feel it's an area that we need to talk about. There are topics that we need to delve into that area because it is really important, because we are spirits, we are spiritual beings, and we don't even understand that sometimes. We don't realize that sometimes we get so caught up in what we can see, what we can feel, our 5 or 6 senses, and we don't really pay attention to who we really are at the very core, and we're controlled by the physical realm and the physical world. And there is also another realm that we don't really pay attention to. So I think spirituality is very important, because who we are at the very core, we are spirits being. So the well-being of our spirits is also very important. So that is why I'm adding the spirituality section to the blog, and I'll be writing about deeper topics that I don't get to write about in the other categories, and we're delving into some really important stuff. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to you reading it as well. So to commemorate that, the topic for today is God has to choose. God has to choose. And I think this topic is for everybody, whether you are a religious freak or not or whatever. That is entirely up to you, but I think this is for everybody. God has to choose. This was something I personally struggled with in the area of looking for or searching for a life partner. Does God choose or do I choose? Is it my decision? Is it entirely up to me who I say yes to or who I ask out? Or is there a divine connection involved or a divine decision involved, or is it just entirely me? And this may be something that some people are battling with as well. And some people of the school of thought that God does not choose your life partner, it is entirely up to you. I have listened to preachers and ministers and motivational speakers, believers who believe God does not choose, like, because they believe if God chooses and things don't go the way you want it to go, you're gonna put the blame on God. That, hey God, this was the person you chose for me and things did not work out well. Kind of like it happened in the in the Old Testament at the beginning with Adam and Eve. And Adam said, this is the woman you gave to me made me eat the apple. So some people believe God does not choose for you because of a reason like that, so you don't put the blame on God when things don't work out the way you want it to work out. On the other end, some people believe God chooses your spouse, like God has to choose your spouse, because there is a spiritual aspect to marriage, there is a spiritual aspect to sex. Yes, sex is an exchange of spirits. As I said, I'll be writing about spirituality in my blog, so you should subscribe so you get notifications when new blogs comes up, because these are some of the issues we'll be delving into. There's a spiritual aspect to sex. Sex is the exchange of spirits, and I'm not going to delve deep into that right now, but it will be some of the stuff I'll be talking about later on the blog. I'll be writing about rather. So some people believe God definitely has to choose, and for believers there are scriptural verses like don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers or stuff like that. And back during the Old Testament, God would give instructions that don't marry from this clan or this tribe, marry from the Israelites or stuff like that. So some people are of that school of thought, and for a long time I was torn in between. So it's like, is it my decision to make, or does God choose? Where is it? So it was very confusing for me, but I am no longer confused about that. I know without any iota of doubt that God has to choose. And this is the reason why God has to choose your spouse, because you do not know the future. If the decision is entirely based on you, we are likely to make decisions based on our senses, what we can see, what we can feel, what we can touch, what we imagine, but we don't know for sure what is gonna happen in the future. And people make decisions based on these things, based on the now. We don't really know the future. We can dream about the future, we can have aspirations and desires towards the future and goals, but we don't really know the future. And so we make decisions based on the now. Oh, he's so fine, he's so fine, she's so fine, they have a good job, they have good manners, they have good parents, they have good upbringing, they are these, they are that, they're smart, ambitious, spiritual, whatever. And we make decisions based on those things, but we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Is this person going to be able to go through life with me, walk through all of life issues with me? Are they going to change or switch on me in the future? Because what happens in most cases is, like, in the beginning of the relationship, everything is fine, everything is jolly, everything is going well, and then as the marriage progresses or as the relationship progresses, things start happening and people start changing, like issues of life start coming in. And it could be something related to finance, it could be something related to infidelity. It could be something related to illness or sicknesses, and all of those things start coming in and people start changing on you. So you don't know if that's gonna happen or not. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. They may be good for the now, but are they gonna be good for the future? You don't know that. This is the reason why God has to choose. God has a purpose and a vision and plan for every single person, and how everything is going to play together, He knows. And that is why the person you choose to get married to, because two of you are going to become one. Two of you will come together to become one. So that person is a part of you. That person is a very, very important part of your life, of your purpose, of your vision, of your goal, of you fulfilling your destiny. So it is important for the person to be the right person, to be the person that God has ordained for you. And for believers, or those people that call themselves the children of God, I'm one of them, this is for you right now. God is interested in every area of your life. So why do you think you want to be interested in your marriage, in your life partner, in your really matrimony? Why would we even think God, who is interested in every area of our lives, who said that He counts the hair of our hair, He counts the hair on our head? Why would that God not be interested in your marriage, in who you choose to spend the rest of your life with? It doesn't make sense. So God definitely has to choose. So the decision of choosing a life partner, it's not something that has to be done with like little care, like you don't care or something like that. Even the people who are not believers, they do investigation, they do background checks, trying to figure out who is this person, where is he or she from, what are they all about, what are their family all about. So it is something you have to do prayerfully, carefully, wisely, with a lot of like prayers, and you have to seek counsel. You have to seek knowledge, you have to seek understanding about this thing. Like, you have to try to understand this person. Everything may not like appear or come to light. So that is why you also need a lot of prayers. Pray yourself and ask other people to pray on your behalf if you don't know how to pray. Or you just feel like you're not at that level. Ask other people to pray on your behalf and seek counsel. It is very, very important. God has to choose because He knows the future and He knows where you're going and where your life is headed. And people make this decision, and down the line you see divorces, down the line you see spouse killing each other, hating each other, can barely stand the sight of each other. And this were people at some point that were claiming undying love for each other. I love you, all this like cute stuff. And then down the line we see like all these things and we're like, what is going on? What happened? So God has to choose, and I think this is for everybody, regardless of your beliefs or whatever. I think it is important that the decision be made prayerfully, wisely, however it is you connect to God, or it's none of my business. But I just think it's an important decision to make, and it's a decision that should not be made just like that based on the now. If you want to know more about this, please feel free to reach out to me. I've mentioned before several times, send me a message on Facebook, Rachel Shade, or on Instagram, Rachel_Shade. Reach out to me. I would love to like go over this with you on a more personal level if this is something you are interested in learning more about. And based on that, the quote I chose for today is from the book of Proverbs 31 verse 30, and it says, "Shame is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." Shame is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. And the same thing goes for a man. A man who fears the Lord is to be praised. Shame is deceitful, beauty is vain. She may look beautiful right now and she's like, the perfect everything is on point, the perfect butt and boobs, and she's just like perfect career. And the same thing can go for the guy. Like, he may have six pack and he has the perfect job, 6 figures income and everything, and he's so fly. Those things are deceitful and vain. That is not really what matters in making that decision for life partners. Those are not the things that matters. Those things are vain. They are deceitful. That's not what is gonna sustain the relationship. That is not what is gonna sustain you through life. So that is what the scripture is simply saying. The most important thing is your heart. What is in my heart? What is in this person's heart? What is in your heart? That is what is more important. Because who we are outside is not really who we are. It's who we are in our heart. Is this person really nice? Is this person genuinely nice? Is she a good person? Is he a good person? Are they loyal? Are they giving? Are they generous? Are they faithful? Are they friendly? Are they kind to people? Are they compassionate? Are they loving? Are they caring? It's really, really important. As I said, your relationship is as good as the two people that make it up. Like, your relationship is as good as the two people involved. It can't just be about one person. Both of you has to be really like good, decent human beings, individuals. So it's not about one person being a mess and the other person being good or something like that. Both of you has to be really like strong in many aspects, or all aspects of life, of working towards it. We all work in progress. So that is very, very important. So that is my vlog for today. Thank you for watching. And somebody asked me, where do I get my ideas from? It was not a question related to relationship. It was just a personal question. Where do I get my ideas from? The things that I talk about. And I just want to say, I spent a lot of time, a lot of years reading, investing in myself personally. I listened to a lot of messages and ones that are good for me, my personal growth. And I spend a lot of time learning from other people's experiences, and also reading. I do a lot of reading, but more importantly, I think this is something that I'm gifted in. I've been called to do, if you want to put it that way. So it's an ability that I've been given. So that's it. Thank you for watching once again, and enjoy the rest of your lovely week and month, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.